What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Solar Bolo. Joining me once again, the Solar Bolo King, Brissy.
Hello.
Welcome
What up?
back. I'm ready for these
Missed you here
slides.
today.
Hey, that's all right. We're vibing. Heading into week 5. It's crunch time for some teams to try to get some of their placements for playoffs. So
Down to the wire.
let's get into it. First slide, more surprising pick, Varus Top or Zed Jungle. So Varus Top was wait, no, I'm spacing on his name. Um
The sprinkler?
no, it wasn't Sprinkler, it was I think it was Loco. No, it was a Goo. It was a Goo.
Oh, okay,
A
interesting. I
Goo
didn't watch either of these series, so I am uninformed.
and Nightmare played Zed Jungle. Um
Oh, okay.
Honestly, well, so I don't actually, was it no, cuz yeah, cuz Loco Poco's dog. So yeah, it was a Goo, which I can't remember
Okay.
whose team.
Asterius kittens.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he did not do super hot. It was like he did was like 6 and 7 or something like that. So, somewhere around
Hmm.
there. He died a lot,
Gotcha.
but he had a really good Renekton game previously. He went like 9-1 on that one. And then the Zed Jungle, really good game 2 by Nightmare. Popped off, got a really good lead in the bot lane, but game 3 also picked Zed, but he kind of got stomped on that one. Well, I shouldn't say stomped, but he definitely struggled a lot more in the second one for sure, or in the game
Gotcha.
3. But if I had to
Well,
go for more surprising, probably Varus.
yeah, see, I would go the other way. I think if I was just watching these drafts go on and I would have seen a Zed pop up, I would have been much more shocked to see that in the jungle than I would have to see Varus top.
Fair.
So I'll go Bolo.
All right, I'll go solo. Moving on. Better performing role swapped player, Lord Tubbyton or Neversaw. Um, I think these players are both playing exceptionally well for playing different roles this season. Neversaw, playing the ADC, had a really good Ezreal's game this week. But I'm going to be honest, the $500 skin just buffs Tubby somehow.
Tubby's been popping off week in, week out.
Yep.
I mean, I've talked about it on the climb and I believe on past solo or bolos, but last season never saw a lot of her high performing champs were on ADCs in the mid lane. So I mean, is she really role swapping? Is the question. Love never, love
Ooh,
ne-
okay. Okay, I see.
love never saw it, but she pops off on really anything she plays. But I mean, I got to give this one to Tubby because Tubby's slim, thick when he needs to be,
Skinny.
dodging skill shots. No, well,
Thinking
you know,
skinny.
uh, but just performing super well on
Yep.
especially Ari, but as well as some other champions that he's brought out in the mid lane. So I will give it to Tubby.
Yeah, had a really good Acel game in game 2 of their series. So yeah, I'm gonna also go Tubby on that one. Moving on, more likely team to challenge for first in Group B. So CUI 7 points, and then PTS also 7 points in Group 2. And if I'm not mistaken, I both of these teams are tied for seventh or at 7 points. The Gauntlet is at 10. So we'll definitely see. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, PTS or sorry, CUI has an advantage or head to head versus both these teams.
Okay.
PTS does not have head to head versus CUI, but does have it against the Gauntlet. So if I had to choose one of these, I'm gonna go with CUI just because of head to heads. If CUI does pull the 2-0 versus Asterius Kins, which it's gonna be a
That's gonna
tough
be
one.
tough. That's
Yeah,
gonna be tough.
it's gonna be a tough one. Do I think they can pull it off? Yeah, for sure. That's why I picked
Who
them.
does who does PTS play? I mean, I know that
They
even if they 2-0
play.
and COI 2-0s,
Uh,
they lose the head to head, but
well, hang on. hang on. I'm gonna.
Depending on who they play, if PTS has a shot to 2-0 and COI ends up going to game 3.
Hang on. I wasn't ready for this question. Hang on.
I
I'm
don't I
almost
don't know
there.
if it's I don't know if it's a I don't know if it's a cross match either. I don't know if PTS is playing someone into
PTS
Group
actually
B.
plays the gauntlet.
Oh,
So
okay. So that's also a really tough match.
so PTS plays the gauntlet, and then COI plays AK. That one is the cross match one. So
Okay. Uh,
and
I think
or everyone doing predictions is pretty split. It's 3-2 for both games. So we'll see.
gotcha. I think I have. Yeah, I think both of these series go to game 3. So I think just by default, COI probably gets first in Group B. But I mean, if PTS pulls something out and they can end up 2-0, which is
Well,
entirely possible. Gar's been playing pretty well, as has Thim's their AD.
yep.
I mean, that bot lane looked really good last week. But I'll
Well,
go COI.
I think the other thing to take in count is the gauntlet. All they have to do is win one game, and they've locked first place for Pool B. So
Oh, okay.
even if PTS or even if COI goes 2-0, they would only be tied at 10 points if the gauntlet loses 2-0. So
Gotcha.
pretty much in order for COI to get first, they have to 2-0, and then PTS also has to 2-0. So
Too many variables.
too many variables, not enough time. But if I had to choose a team, COI is the most likely to get first. But let's move on. Best performing tier 4 player. Ooh, man, this is not a good slide for.
Just tough.
This one's not a good slide for Maya this week.
Yeah, I was just about to go into that. I mean, I think Hamea had a super strong start to the season. Luton, kind of the opposite, had a little bit slower start to the season. I think that last week is not a, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see how week 5 plays out.
Sure.
But I think Haumea was kind of just maybe in a bit of a rut last week.
I mean,
But I would
they
say
didn't have
best-
Jason, so
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not sure how the team dynamic looked. But I'm gonna give this one to Luton just because I think he's just been coming into form these past 2 weeks, and should look good going into playoffs for sure.
yeah. And Gar really talked about it on the climb. He actually gave Loon the player of the series this week. For
Not
himself.
surprised. Yeah,
And
he's
like
been doing
Loon,
it.
yeah, I think Loon has been progressively getting better and better after every week. So I don't know if it's mid too easy or Briz coaching him up, but yeah, I'm also gonna give this one to Loon, and it's not because of Hamea's performance this last week, but I just think Loon has been gradually improving because Hamea pretty much like after week 2 hit diamond like instantly. So like that's
Wow.
just such a huge jump. So
Mhm.
but Loon's been just progressively getting better, so I'm gonna give this one to Loon as well.
Dude, these guys are always going at it in trash, like constantly. Doesn't there could be no Monday through Thursday before games start. These guys are just talking
Yeah.
it up in trash talk.
biggest
Crazy.
trash talker, biggest trash talk yapper, Soap or Korean Zach? I'm gonna be honest. I
I don't
haven't
know,
really looked. I haven't really looked in a whole lot of trash talk, but
Are we putting like is Yapper? I don't know. I mean, that's just there's so much volume in the trash talk channel from these two. It's hard to give one
yeah.
of them the crown.
So you know what I'm gonna go with? Summit Esports.
Yeah,
I
I think so
think.
too. Like both of them rookies and immediately going at each other's necks for I mean they've talked about each other's support play, both of their teams. I mean both of them being on probably the top 2 in the league as far as teams go. It's I mean they got a lot to talk about. So I don't I can't give one of them the crown.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's funny too because they both were on the climb and they both trash talked each other on there too. So to be honest, I don't know if we can choose one on this one just because they're both
Yeah.
exceptionally good at this. And
Yep.
never mind. That's the last slide. That's how we're gonna end it. The biggest trash talk yapper is Summit Esports.
Nice.
So, but yeah. Thank you all for watching. One announcement. There will be no Solar Bolo next week because that is a break week. So apologize, everyone. Please don't hate us. But there will be.
If you're in town for the Summit meetup on August 10th,
That's mainly why.
it's gonna be a great time.
Yep.
Pull up.
I'll pull up a warehouse Saturday the 10th at 7 p.m. Pull up. We'll have a good time. So, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you next time.